Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your presenter, Nicole Small, and I'll be presenting a webinar on phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, and pragmatics. First, we're going to take a look at phonology. And as we know, phonology is a study of a speech sound system of any language, which includes the rules and patterns of which phonemes are combined into words and phrases. For us to really get a deeper meaning of that, we will be looking at the matching of rhyming sounds, counting syllables of the words, and matching beginning sounds. As you know, phonological awareness is an important skill for young students to develop, as it helps students focus on the sounds they are hearing and not what they are seeing. Next, we are moving to morphology. And morphology is a study of meaning units of language and how they're combined into word formation. Examples of that is us learning about prefixes and suffix and to use a root word to create a new word. An example of this is our root word will be the word connect. When we add the word dis, which is our prefix to the word connect, we now get the word disconnect. Next, when we look at the synfix, we have connect and ing, which adds a new word, connecting. As you know, morphology applies to literacy development as it deals with how students view words. As students are viewing these words, they're learning that adding a unit, a prefix, or a suffix can change the meaning of a word, which helps them to work to decode these words, to find a word they know so they can understand the meaning of the new word. Next, we have syntax. And syntax is a rule system governing sentence formation, the study of sentence structure, including how phrases and clauses are combined to form sentences. An example, we will have students fix sentences by putting the words into correct places to make sure they make sense. Simply having a sentence, girl jump can the, does not make sense as we do not know what word starts the sentence and what word ends the sentence. The new sentence, when the students correct it, will be the girl can jump. Syntax applies to literacy development as it helps students understand the mechanics of a sentence. Those mechanics are knowing that a sentence starts with the uppercase letter, finger space, it has to have a noun and a verb, and it must end with a punctuation mark. Overall, the sentence has to make sense. Next, we have semantics, and semantics is the study of the meaning of words, phrases, and other texts. Simply, calling an item by its name and students knowing what you're talking about. If I say car, students know I'm talking about the word car. However, when you call an item by its name, students are thinking you're talking about the same item. Now, if I switch and say a car is a table, the students are still thinking about the word car and are not putting in relation that I am no longer talking about a car. Semantics applies to literacy development as it helps students to able to correctly interpret what the teacher is talking about instead of them being confused about what the teacher is teaching, talking, and reading about. Semantics starts to lead students to begin to being able to comprehend what they heard and read. Lastly, we have pragmatics. Pragmatics is a system of rules and conversations for using language and related gestures in social contexts. The language includes verbal and nonverbal communication, and those gestures include body language and facial expressions. Examples, showing students a picture and having them discuss how the character is feeling and what the character could be thinking. Also, the teacher can read a book to the class and they can discuss what the character is doing, how the character is feeling, and what the character is thinking. Pragmatics applies to literacy development as it has students think beyond what they have read and what they saw to develop a deeper meaning. Pragmatics continues to assist students with their comprehension skills. We do have students who need extra support in this system, and teachers have to look at how the five components promote literacy development. This is done by making sure that students comprehend what they read and what they heard, while for the linguistic development, The 5 components contribute to the development of our students' oral language. In order to support our exceptional students in both literacy and linguistic development, teachers must first know where the students are struggling at. If students are struggling in their literacy development, the teacher can provide the students with games, sentence starters, and pictures to help foster this area. For students that are struggling with their linguistic development, the teacher can encourage that student to speak up more in class, have a conversation with that student, or use pictures to promote language skills. Lastly, we're going to talk about how we can support those students because supporting those students really helps those students do better with their language and literacy development. Firstly, you can have your students say nursery rhymes and tongue twisters, and that helps promote rhyming and beginning sounds. Listen to a story and have them talk to a partner or their group to foster their language skills. And lastly, allow students to act out a section of a story to help foster their comprehension skills. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a great time presenting this information from you, and I hope you've learned a lot of information from me. Have a good night until next time. Bye bye.